So today we're going to use causal to calculate the income tax for an individual. So go to new model, do calculation income tax. This happens to be there. Okay, and done. Okay, so we have to input the variable. So we'll start with the inputs. Okay, now our first input will be the tax rate. For the personal allowance. So the personal allowance is the amount of income you get that is not taxed. So that's if you make less than £125,000, and so that tax rate will be 0%. After the personal allowance, the next tax band is the basic band. Tax rate, basic, and the percentage, the rate is 20%. And finally, we have the tax rate, a higher band, and this rate is 40%. Let's just make that nice. Okay, so those are our tax rates for the three different bands. We've got the personal allowance, which is tax-free, the basic band, 20%, and the higher band, 40%. So the next thing we need to do is we need to look at how much each band has a maximum amount of money that would be taxed. So for example, for the personal allowance, the tax-free band, the maximum that can be there, the max allowable, will be £12,500. Let me just make it clear. That's for the free band. Okay. Now, in the basic band, the maximum that will be taxed, in the basic band, is £50,000. And for the higher band, the maximum that will be taxed will be, well, the threshold for the higher band is 150,000. So the maximum that can be taxed in that band will be 150,000 minus 50,000, which is the upper limit of the basic band. So that will be 100,000. So anything above, between it, the maximum of 100,000 above anything between 50,000 and 150,000 will be taxed at the higher rate. So that means that the maximum that can be in that band is 100,000 pounds. Okay, so now we need to do some calculations before we get our tax that is owed. Now the first thing we need to calculate is we have to take, almost forgot one input, which of course is the actual income to be taxed. and we'll say that is, let's just make it £100,000. That's nice and simple. Okay. All right. So now we can go to the calculations. So we need to partition the income into the different bands. So then we'll see how much we can charge, how much we can tax each band. So the first thing we'll look at it like a pipeline. So the first entry in the pipeline would be the income that goes into the free band. So I'm going to call that in free. And the income that will go will be, it's going to be the income, it's going to be the maximum of the income and 0. Okay. So for example, if somebody makes a loss, you don't tax them on the loss. You don't tax them on the loss. So if say their income was minus 5,000 pounds, negative 5,000 pounds, then that means they lost 5,000. You don't tax them on that. So we're going to have the maximum be the income and 0. Okay. Now then after the next band that we're going to consider would be the basic band. So how much of the income will be considered for basic tax? Well, that's going to be the amount of money that was in, it's going to be the maximum of the amount of money that was submitted for the free band, take away the maximum that is liable for the free band. So in that case, it's going to be this. However, if they make less money, if they make less money than the free band, so for example, let's say they make 11,000, then this expression here, this one here, will be negative. And again, you don't tax people on negative, so we don't want the maximum of this and 0. Okay, so then how much will be considered for the higher band? Well, we know the pattern by now. It's going to be in higher, we'll call that in higher, and it's going to be however much was considered for the basic, take away the maximum for the higher band, and then remembering of course that this expression can be negative, so we do maximum and 0, and that gives us okay. So in this case, nothing will be considered for the higher band because obviously they're not making they're not entering the higher band. So let's change this income slightly. Let's change this income. I thought, is that right? Basic. No, sorry, it's a mistake. It shouldn't be. It should be maximum liable basic. There we go. That makes sense. Yeah, that's better. Okay. Now, let's just. I want to. Oh, we can't do that. Okay. I would like to for this to be money, but it doesn't matter. Okay. So now that we've done that, we can now calculate how much. We can now calculate how much of the income is liable for each band. So we'll start with this liable So how much personal allowance do they have? So that's going to be the minimum of the maximum you have for free and in full. So in this case, as we would expect, because they're making 100 grand, they get the full personal allowance. It will be 12,500. Okay, and then we do again. How much is liable for basic? That's going to be the minimum. The max liable for basic. In basic. And it'll be 50 grand. So again, as we expect, they're going to be fully taxed because they're making over 50 grand. So they're going to be fully taxed at the basic level. And then liable for hire. And then we get going to be the minimum for the liable for hire, maximum over hire, and in hire, which is 37, as we would expect, because they don't make above 150,000. So, okay, now we can calculate the tax. So the tax will be the free tax rate multiplied by liable free, because we expect to be 0. Basic tax will be the basic tax rate times liable basic 10 grand, and then tax higher will be higher tax rate times liable higher. What's that? And so finally, we can calculate the tax owed, total tax owed, which is tax owed plus tax basic plus tax higher. It's 25,000. I just want to check because we're getting the exact, yeah, 25,000. So someone who has an income of £100,000 will have to pay £25,000 in tax. So basically, a quarter of their income will go in tax. Interesting.